Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 19th episode of Chop on the Top. Merry Christmas! Ho, 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 ho! Today is our Christmas Day episode. I know everybody out here is looking forward to Christmas Day, but somebody had a early Christmas present on Saturday night. A beat down from the Buckeyes. You okay, William?
Yeah.
Oh, cow. Control yourself. There's no crying in football.
I'm still trying to get the Buckeye spot out of my behind.
Oh, man. What a night it was Saturday night. We all thought we were going to have a knockdown, drag out, defensive struggle, and
No, just
somebody had a struggle, and it wasn't Ohio State.
no. There was a knockout. There was a drag out. We got knocked out,
Early.
and we got dragged out of Columbus. It
They
was
did.
supposed to be.
Tennessee was so excited. They had everything. Uh, they had the theme song going, Rocky Top going, in Ohio's bars. They had all kind of stuff. They had the score or something like that on the Videotron in Ohio State already. They kind of jinxed themselves, I believe.
Yeah, the fan base showed up, not the team.
No, no, the team definitely did not show up Saturday night. But I also know that I'm not too upset. If I were Tennessee, here's my thing. Okay, if I were Florida State and we were in a playoff game and we got drugged, I would be upset. Don't get me wrong, I will be upset. But also,
Or would
it's
your
a building spot. It's a building thing.
would your base be in a jersey?
Yes, definitely
Exactly.
would be upset. But I also know it's a building block, and y'all are definitely building upward, and the talent level is coming. It's just going to take another year or two before you get to where you want. And you wouldn't be in the playoffs if it wasn't for the 12 team playoff. We all know that. So that's not. So we have to put it all aside and look at the real stuff. Nico needs improvement this offseason. He needs to go to work. He needs to get the arm strength better. He needs to learn how to read more better. Defense is a little bit better.
Mhm.
And they might win the SEC next year. But that's going to be hard to do because Georgia's right there again next year.
Well, I think what I believe,
You got to play 60 minutes.
that's what I've been saying all year long with this team. We have not played a 60-minute game all year. We hadn't up to that point, and we dang sure didn't do it Saturday night. And it cost us dearly.
Yes.
I knew it, but I will say this. You know where the game was won and lost?
In the trenches where it always is.
Yes, I mean, our offensive line got bullied by Ohio State. They just got absolutely trounced by the Buckeyes.
Yep.
And the other thing, they shut Samson down.
Right.
That was the real back killer.
The back killer.
They limited Samson. Literally, Nico was all by himself all game, it felt like. I mean, it was just a mess.
Let's see what the stats are, dog.
Let's see. Yes, let's see what the stats.
Nico did not do well,
He went
but he
for
did not turn the ball over.
no.
That makes it even worse, really, because to me, because he didn't do it, they didn't give you the game, they didn't give nothing to Ohio State. They just beat you.
I mean, he was running the whole game. He just couldn't get anything going on the ground. He did have 2 touchdowns on the ground.
Well, Ohio State defense has been pretty good all year. They didn't lose that defensively against Michigan. The offense lost it.
Oh, absolutely. And they also lost against Oregon in the same fashion. That was more because of
I
incompetence
mean,
from.
look at Will Howard. If he'd played like that against Michigan, they'd have been had a bye. They would have beaten Oregon in the championship game, in the Big Ten title game. I mean, he had 300 yards passing. I mean, that's probably one of
Maybe.
his
I mean,
best
I
games.
mean, I think you may be jumping ahead of ourselves on
No,
that.
he had a great game.
Yeah, but I don't think he would have beaten Oregon
Hold on. If you add that game right there to the Ohio State defense that they played against y'all, what would happen?
against Oregon or
Yes,
Michigan.
against Oregon.
I think it would be a close game.
Okay. What are he add that game to the defense they played against Michigan with that game from Will Howard? What would happen?
Oh, they would
They
have
destroyed.
they would have destroyed the
Oh,
Wolverines.
yeah. The confidence level got up. But going forward, Ohio State has impressed me enough to say they're going to give Oregon everything they can handle.
He actually did have that similar kind of game against
I understand defense didn't play that good.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
Okay, there. Thank you, Will. Hello,
just,
hello, hello.
oh, I just
Yeah, I was just
yes. So,
listen, listen. Turn the mirrors on. Oh Lord, this man's in love. That's the problem.
no, this man is just depressed and hopeless. But,
And you're in love.
but,
I wasn't wrong.
but, let's look at history for a minute.
Right.
Tennessee in 1997.
This, ladies and gentlemen, he makes some weird points on this, so I know he rambles sometimes, but we're about to find this is really good. This point it actually makes sense. Go ahead.
In 97, we played in the Orange Bowl versus Nebraska.
Yeah.
A team in red who now plays in the Big Ten. We lost 42-17 to Nebraska.
Right.
We opened our 98th season versus Syracuse. Who do we open with in the year of our Lord 2025?
It's your team, tell them.
Syracuse!
That's amazing. I didn't know that till just right now.
I didn't know until I looked through social, and one of those that just pops up on your feed. I was like, oh, okay, great.
And it's a legitimate point.
It's
Y'all could really, y'all have a chance to get better this offseason. The transfer portal is still got plenty of people in it. Y'all need some y'all might need some defense. A little more beef on the defense.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think the offense needs some explosive receivers.
Yeah, we are definitely lacking receivers.
Which is something the Florida State Seminoles have been able to pick up.
Yeah, this is why I don't like the portal being open, because all the good players are gone by the time.
There are more players going to leave.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the portal's open for another 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah. Well, really?
I think it is.
Yeah, that's right. I think 28th.
I think the 28th.
You're right.
Yeah,
so
the 28th.
I don't understand that. But anyway, let's go on to the next game here.
I think it's because they were, I think it closes before most spring semesters start at schools. Okay. God forbid we have academics.
Right. So we start off on Friday night with Notre Dame and Indiana. Like I said, the Notre Dame defense
played good.
That was the final score?
Yeah, 27.
So Indiana got some stinky points, so they don't count.
Yes.
So Indiana, Notre Dame defense looked incredible, and Indiana did not.
No, I mean, obviously I was not watching this game. I was watching another game.
That's the wrong score.
No, it isn't.
Didn't he not score 38?
No. You're thinking of.
Yeah, I am.
You're thinking of Clemson and Penn State.
Clemson and Penn State.
Or Texas and.
We'll get this right. All right, Notre Dame against Indiana. Scrap all that. You edited that out. Anyway. Notre Dame's defense looked incredible. Lincoln Riley Leonard is a very good quarterback. And we're going to get to our picks for the following week here in the playoffs coming up today. But right now, I think Notre Dame really showed themselves this week. And very impressive team.
Would you like another ridiculous stat?
Yeah, please.
When was the last time Indiana had gone to South Bend and won?
Probably before me and you were born.
Before 98% of the planet was born.
Okay, probably in the 30s.
1898.
You said 98%? What percent? What 2% was alive in 1898?
I don't know.
Thank you.
But you get the point.
Yeah.
It's been over 100 years since Indiana. Actually, this is crazy. Indiana's last win at Notre Dame came closer to the end of the Revolutionary War than to today.
Thank you so much.
I didn't know that.
Back to the stats. Lincoln Riley. I would say Riley Lincoln. Whatever. Wake up, dog!
I think someone's had too much eggnog.
Well, maybe so. Riley Leonard.
Or not enough.
Right. had a pretty good game. Look at that, 8 carries, 108 yards. They just demolished Indiana's defense.
Yeah, that was sweet. I think he had one massive run.
Yeah. Well, you think that was just in one run? But what I'm saying is, what I believe is that type of performance gets
98-yard run.
Really, but that type of performance will get them a win against Georgia.
Oh, absolutely. But we will get to that. Indiana had 2 late touchdowns, like literally a minute 27 left and 25 seconds left.
He played more like Mickey Rourke on Friday night than
Yikes.
Than actual name Curtis Rourke.
Yeah. I mean,
his first name is Curtis
with a K.
With a K.
Yes. Yes.
That's
yes,
why he lost. Then on Saturday morning, we got up early in the daytime looking for a great football game.
Oh, yeah. It was
a lot of snow. They actually pushed the snow off the field, which is kind of weird. I left the snow on the field if I'm Penn State. But obviously, it didn't matter because they won 38-10. SMU turned the ball over 5 times in the first half, and that was the ball game pretty much.
Yeah, you can't turn the ball over this time of the year and expect to win. I mean, it's ridiculous.
2 pick sixes, 2 fourth down stops from Penn State's defense, which looks like a pretty impressive defense, and that looks bad for Boise State coming up next week.
Oh yeah, I mean, let's see. Aller had a decent game.
He didn't need to. The defense dominated.
Oh yeah, no, I mean,
only thing he had to do in that game was not screw around.
Not screw around, and he did not screw around, and he did enough to get the job done.
Look at the defensive stats here. Team stats.
I mean, let's see. DeLuca had a touchdown, and Rojas had a touchdown. DeLuca had 2 interceptions.
2.5 sacks. I think Jennings was got a little bit too much for his britches in that game. I believe the defense that Penn State had, he couldn't figure it out. They were leaving. What their plan was, they left guys underneath, and he couldn't see them. So they still right. That's the intercept. Both interceptions were to the same type scenario on defense, and you think he threw another 2-3 passes to that same area and almost got picked off more times. So either Lashley was not giving the right information, or he just ain't that good.
No, I think they were definitely exposed. I mean, I thought this game would have been closer.
Well, I felt like the weather was going to cause some problems.
Oh, absolutely.
And it did.
It absolutely did.
Cold weather. SMU has not played in that kind of weather all year. Probably the kids that played for SMU have never played in that weather. I don't know.
Well, I know Nico never played. That was the closest game Nico's ever played for the Tennessee one this weekend.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he's from California. He's from Southern California.
The place you ought to be.
Absolutely. I mean, you know the saying, heads Carolina, tails California. I'm taking tails every time.
Really? So you're saying screw North Carolina?
I mean, certain times of the year, yes.
What time of year would that be?
Now.
You're from Minnesota. Sorry, got a little loud.
No, it's not even the fact you were loud. You were wrong.
You are from Minnesota. I mean, Wisconsin.
Jeez,
God, what did I drink before I got here today?
I don't even know. Oy, oy, oy.
But the other game on Saturday evening or afternoon, whatever you count 4 o'clock at.
Steelers.
Texas lost
to the Ravens. Oh,
we'll get there. Calm yourself down. But Texas and Clemson, I thought Clemson gave a great showing. I thought they got down early, fought back, and they got the ball to the 1-yard line. And they decided to do some kind of tricky pass, and whatever they did.
The 1-yard line, you just run the ball.
If they get that touchdown,
we're in a different ballgame.
I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm ready to call a win for Clemson, but it could go to overtime.
Probably, it probably would have gone to overtime. I mean, and then Blue just slammed the door. I mean, Blue played his mind out.
Boy, Blue.
14 carries for 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean,
I think Urs is hurting his draft stock. They're winning games, but Urs is not really the reason why.
No, I think they're winning in spite of him. I think
not in spite. That sounds like he was making the mistakes. He threw for 200 yards. He had 17 or 24. He's converting plays. He's not making mistakes. And then Blue's coming in, and then also Wisner they got 2 guys with 100 yards. Usually when you run for 250 yards in a game that's going to be hard to lose.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I mean, he.
And that's impressive because Clemson's defense is not that bad.
Oh yeah.
They treated that defense like a win, like a OA defense on run defense.
Oh yeah. Or like watching you play defense in a football game.
Well, same for you. You can't cover me, dog. What are you laughing at? Now, what about our quarterback for Clemson? Does he deserve? Do you think do we think he's going to the NFL, or does he going to stay? I'm not sure what year he is.
I don't even know what year he is. I think he's about that year again. Info doesn't
What?
say.
All right. So I would say if he can come back, he needs to come back. I don't believe he's ready for the NFL. He had 20 for 43 against a very good defense, close to an NFL type defense, feed wise. And
Oh yeah.
I think another year of football in Clemson in Death Valley would do him very good. A lot of people want to hide stuff from us.
Junior.
He's a junior, so he's got plenty more. He got another year. And unless he's late, and we'll talk about that a little bit later about the new JUCO rule. But I think Mr. Kubinik should return to Clemson. Yes, we're good.
I mean, that was definitely an interesting game. I had that on along with the NFL games as well. I really thought Clemson was going to come back and at least tie. I didn't think they were going to win. And then Blue.
They had a shot.
Blue just shut the door on them.
That a boy, Blue.
That a boy, Blue shut the door on their faces and went from there.
So let's start off with the next week's playoffs, real quick. So I was 3-1, and I believe you were. Did you have?
I think I was 3-1 as well.
So the only one you lost with Tennessee.
Yeah.
Somebody should have wrote this down.
I can go back and look at the later episodes.
We'll give you a later episode. To me, Ohio State and Oregon is going to be a knockdown dragout from the Rose Bowl. To me, I said that before.
Yeah,
but I think it'll be. I will say it's a lot of points going to be put up in that game. I still have to go Oregon because I'm not going to change my pick now. There's no reason to, because why would I do that?
Obviously, I
well, yeah. So I think Gabriel gives a more dynamic look than Nico does because he's more experienced. That's the only reason why. Give Nico another year or two in the offense of Heupel and Tennessee and more weapons around him. I think that's what Heupel's got ready to do in the portal. He's trying to go get some. I'm trying to talk. I'm having a hard time talking already, and you're got whatever that is in my head.
Live rent free in this man's head.
Well, only on Mondays. But anyhow, to me, Oregon still is the better team by far. Not by far, but by a smidge.
Yeah, no, Oregon is definitely the better team by at least a good couple inches.
I don't know what that means.
It was a measurement joke that failed.
Oh, you're talking about in the first game?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then, well, Ohio State, Will Howard showed in this game he has the ability to carry a team, but I don't know that in a big game like this, it'll be more. It's a Big Ten Pac-12 battle of old times in the Rose Bowl, which is not a Big Ten Pac-12 battle anymore. It's a Big Ten battle, but I still think the defense of Ohio State, if it comes to play, it's got a chance to win. But I think Gabriel just smidged too much.
I think the offense is too quick at Oregon.
Yeah, I agree.
Actually, I'm looking now. Ohio State is favored.
Well, let's go. I'm going to Oregon, but we'll do more about that.
Yeah, we'll
next
revisit
week.
Those next week. Let's give it a week to sleep on, and we'll go from there.
Penn State, Boise State. Did the Nittany Lions do enough on defense to say definite win? I say I had Boise State picked to win. Do I want to stick with my? You know what? I'm gonna change my pick just because I don't have them playing in the title game. I have Notre Dame in the title game. We'll get that in a minute. I got Penn State over Boise State. I think that defense, you cannot be one-dimensional when you go to play Penn State anymore.
No.
Their defense looked dominant. And your quarterback, I think the quarterback for Boise is the same similar scenario with Jennings. He's not a very good quarterback. The defenses that Penn State will throw to him is going to make him. He's not seen that stuff all year except for against Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
So, Genty, is he enough to win a game against Penn State? I'm not sold.
No, that's what I'm concerned about.
Yes, and Penn State is favored by 10 right now. I expect that to go up during this week.
I don't think it'll go up. I don't think it'll go down. I think it'll come down to can Genty carry that team. I want them to do well. I want it to be at least under 10.5. But after what we saw this weekend, I mean, it really doesn't answer any questions because again, Genty's the running back. He's not the quarterback. I think if it was Genty was the quarterback, I'd be picking Penn State by over 10.5. Just I don't know. I ain't gonna let me give me a week to sleep on it. We'll cover it next
You're gonna
week.
sleep for a whole week?
You know what I mean? Oh well, afternoon. Yeah, no, after I mean, I usually sleep after the holidays. Yes, that's your question.
Like what's your own?
Now on to the Peach Bowl in Georgia, where Texas will play Arizona.
Nothing says Peach Bowl like Arizona State and Texas.
What's crazier is if Arizona State had gone to the Fiesta Bowl and Georgia had gone to the Peach Bowl, it would have been more of a home game for Arizona State to play at the Fiesta Bowl.
I'm trying to figure out why they made Georgia.
Go to the Sugar Bowl.
Yeah. No, let them go to the Peach Bowl and not have
And then have Arizona State go to the Fiesta Bowl.
no, the Sugar.
I would have sent Penn State and Boise State to the Sugar Bowl. I would have sent Arizona State
Yeah, that's right.
to
You're
the
right.
Fiesta Bowl. But the Fiesta Bowl is closer to Arizona State.
That might be why they don't want to. It is the well. It used to be the home field of Arizona State.
Yeah.
In the Sun Bowl, not Sun Bowl, but the
Fiesta Bowl.
Sun Devil Bowl, whatever.
No,
Sun Devil Stadium.
Sun Devil Stadium used to host the Fiesta Bowl.
Right.
Correct. Yes. But we digress.
We always digress. Arizona State, Texas. I think Arizona State, they're without their best receiver. I don't think they have a chance. I think Texas defense is too good. I think Ayers is going to play a good game against this team. You know, he just said he's not quite doing what he usually does. And the run game, obviously, is where Texas is going to go with in this ball game. So I think the run game and Ayers is too much, and the defense of Texas, and this is the SEC, so they play different. And I don't think Arizona State has enough NFL players to get them past this game. Holy cow.
I agree.
He pulled out his pen to tell me he agrees.
To agree with you. To an extent. Again, this is one of those, I think this is the rankings won't show it, but this is a Goliath versus David match. David versus Goliath. And as much as I'd love to see Arizona State do well,
all right,
it will be Texas's day.
Texas's day.
I think Arizona State is not good enough.
In the Valley.
Good enough. They're a good team. They deserve to be there as the Big 12 champ. But I think Texas is too much. Texas is just way too much.
Okay.
With that being said, could you see an upset? Maybe. But again, I think Texas will win. I think Texas is just the better team. They're the more complete team than Arizona State. I think that's will be the ultimate difference. They are the more complete team.
I would have to agree. And then probably in the main event, probably the best game of the 4 games, we think.
No.
Okay, well, I think it will be. How about that? That's all that matters, roughly. All right, because I got it upset in this game, and I'm sure a lot of people don't. I remember or not, I said if Beck played, I got Georgia winning. I said if Beck doesn't play, I got Notre Dame winning. And nothing more that I needed to see from it than playing Indiana. Notre Dame played Indiana very well. The defense played great. And it's Stockton, I think, does not have the ability to score enough points to beat Notre Dame in the game in a couple of weeks. So I got the Irish pulling the upset and going to the semifinal. Here comes the pen again.
Here come the Irish.
I think you did have them winning.
Of Notre Dame.
You don't even like Notre Dame.
No, I do not. But
that's not why I'm picking them.
But no, I
don't like Notre Dame either.
My daddy always puts there's 2 types of people in this world. good people, and Notre Dame fans.
Right. So I'm good
But I'm
people.
going with Notre Dame.
They're saying I'm a good person.
Yeah, I'm saying you're a good
Thank God.
person.
Thought you were saying-
Except
No,
you
that's not what you said before the show came on. I think Ryan Leonard can do this against the Georgia defense. I think Notre Dame has enough weapons to beat Georgia defensively with their offense. But the thing that Notre Dame has, I don't think they've given up more than 25 points all year, and I don't think it's going to happen next week either.
They have given up more than 25.
USC.
Yes, to USC.
Okay, that's fine. My fault. One time. But their defense.
And we had to double check that because that sounded right, but I wasn't 100%
Right.
sure.
That's okay. So we got.
Georgia's favored by 1.5.
Yeah, that's fair. They're an SEC team.
But I just don't think I agree. I don't think Gunnar Stockton's good enough.
Yeah, this is a different stage than he's been used to.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, they're gonna have a whole week and a half to prepare for Gunnar Stockton. And
Oh.
what they're gonna probably do is blitz the dog poop out of him. That's what I would do if I were facing a guy that never played.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah. And Notre Dame can. They got great defense.
But there are other bowl games this week.
Unfortunately.
Some decent matches.
Anyway.
Just a quick update on scores from today.
I know the people are so worried.
UTSA beat Coastal Carolina.
They're saying, you know what people are saying right now?
What?
There's a great bowl game today. Oh, we gotta go shopping for our family. What should we stay home and watch Fresno State and Northern Illinois, or should we go shopping for our family?
Go to overtime. I actually went to a movie today.
Let's turn this podcast off when we watch this game. Anyway, the Hawaii Bowl. We got a list here. Congratulations. We have made the list.
Yes, we usually put it on the whiteboard, but there are so many great games to pick.
Let's don't say great game anymore for these games, please.
They're spectacular.
Spectacular. Stupendous.
They're intriguing.
Now, starting off with the Hawaii Bowl. South Florida and San Jose State. The Bulls against I have no idea. Huh?
The Spartans.
Oh, Lord, going with the Bulls. South Florida beats San Jose State in the Hawaii Bowl. Wait.
I'm going with San Jose State.
Have we seen any one of these teams play this year?
No.
Moving on to the Sports Bowl. Pitt against Toledo. Because of the ACC, I'm going with Pitt.
Going with Pitt.
But I think Pitt had a great year this year. Really.
I don't even know where this game's being played.
I think in my early prediction, I think I had Pitt not doing very good.
Oh, it's a home game for Toledo pretty much. It's in Detroit.
Holy Toledo.
It's a UT.
But we're still going.
Okay, we're still going with Pitt.
Rate Bowl, the Rate Bowl. Yeah, rate it 1 out of 10. Wait, Bowl 1 out of 10. 10 being the best. I rated a 1.
9.5.
Oh heavens. Rutgers and Kansas State, which is not a bad deal.
No,
I think
an exciting one.
Early on, we thought Rutgers is going to have. Wow. Early on, we thought Rutgers was going to have a big time year. I thought.
Oh yeah.
Their schedule was not very good, and then Kansas State started off. They had a pretty good run too all year. It didn't quite. They're like Colorado didn't quite make the final cut. So I've got in a fun one. I think Rutgers is going to. I said fun for this game. I said fun. It is going to be a fun matchup. I got Rutgers winning this game in an upset.
So fast.
Oh.
Give me
You
Kansas
got
State.
Avery Johnson taking care of business? The great Avery Johnson?
Absolutely.
Then in the Ventures Bowl. Oh, God.
Bowling Green.
Bowling Green. No questions asked.
I will never cheer.
Let's see there.
For Arkansas State as long as a certain head coach is there.
Oh, okay. So since my podcast buddy is going Bowling Green, I'm going Bowling Green as well.
Woo!
Can't wait to watch it. In the Armed Forces Bowl. In the Armed Forces. It's Oklahoma and Navy.
Send Navy down the field.
I'm going to go with the Fighting JRs. Go Sooners.
Nah, give me.
They don't have a quarterback, but I'm still going Oklahoma.
Give me
Without the
Navy.
quarterbacks for transferred.
Give me Navy.
The one they had coming in next year, guess where he's going?
Where? Oh, nice.
We stole him from Oklahoma.
Good.
Thank you. And then in the Birmingham Bowl, Georgia Tech, Ramblin' Wreck of Georgia Tech. hell of an engineer against Vandy. I got, because of ACC, Georgia Tech.
And in the words of Homer Simpson, nerd! The Nerd Bowl.
Well, I think Tech, this could be a springboard to the next year.
Oh, I think it'll
I can see as we go along in the off season, we start doing our schedules and stuff for next year, predictions. I think I can see us put one of us seeing Georgia Tech in the championship game.
No, not this coming year.
I didn't say no. You don't tell me no. I do what I want.
I mean, I'm not stopping you. I'm saying it's not going to happen.
And then in the Liberty Bowl, Texas Tech, who is the #1 team in the portal, transfer portal, they have the #1 ranking this year so far in the transfer portal, which could be interesting coming next year.
Who did they get?
I mean, I don't know, but I'm saying in the ratings, they're #1. And against Arkansas, which I think also is looking for some kind of springboard to next year, but I'm going Texas Tech.
Wow. Hogs.
Don't think, isn't that like a rivalry of some kind?
They were old Southwest.
Yeah, that's right.
Conference mates.
And against, next up in the Holiday Bowl, your future opponent for next year, the Syracuse Orange versus the Washington State Cougars.
Boy,
and of course, I got the ACC again, Syracuse.
Give me Cuse. It's a 16.5 point spread. Give me Cuse.
The spread might be a little much, but anyways. And this is McCord probably last college game.
Yes.
So, and I'm sure I'm sure that coach would love to have him back one more year, and get some transfers, get some big time, try to get a big time receiver around in some defense, maybe go for the ACC championship next year. They weren't far away this year.
Against Georgia Tech.
Yeah. Anyway, the Las Vegas Bowl against USC versus the Aggies of Texas A&M. This is a weird pick for a matchup because A&M had a great year.
That was, I think, everybody. I think at the beginning of the year, if you had said that was going to be a playoff matchup, I think people would have believed you, not the Las Vegas Bowl.
Who would that be that would believe you?
Voices in my head.
The voices in his head. Are you Randy Orton? He's just right. Anyway, I got A&M SEC all day.
I think I'm going A&M.
Aggie Pride. No pride. No Aggies.
No.
Then in the Fenway Bowl, Bill Belichick will be probably sitting in the box seat somewhere watching this one. UConn against the Tar Heels of North Carolina, and of course another ACC team, North Carolina.
I call this the Irony Bowl. Because you have two basketball schools playing a football game in a baseball stadium.
That is weird. I like it.
Give me North Carolina.
Go Tar Heels. The Pinstripe Bowl, BC, Boston College against Nebraska. I think Nebraska lost some people in the portal already, so this is going to hurt them in this game. And I got ACC again, Boston College.
No to Nebraska, as we call it, and give me Boston College. In Yankee Stadium.
Boston Fenway Park.
Boston College.
Oh, in New York.
In Fenway, Yankee Stadium.
Yankee Stadium.
Give me Boston to win in Yankee Stadium. Crazy. Let's go.
You know what's funny is I think Boston College played in Fenway last year. I think they did in the bowl game.
I think they did, yeah.
And then we have the New Mexico Bowl, which is something nobody gives a care about. Louisiana Lafayette. And I said Lafayette.
No, it's Lafayette.
Screw it. Screw it.
No, it's not. No, you don't want to go there.
Bring it. If they want to come get me, all the people from Lafayette, wherever this is, University of Louisiana Lafayette, bring it. I'm right here. I'll be here all day, dog. Duke's up. Then they played TCU, the Horned Frogs of TCU, which I think if you told TCU they're going to be in this bowl to start the year, they'd have said, well, that's not a good year after going to the championship game 2 years ago. But I think last year they didn't make a bowl, right? So there you go. So I got TCU whooping some tail against Lafayette.
And it's pronounced Raisin Cajuns.
You didn't say anything about Raisin Cajuns. They're not raising no Cajuns right now.
They'll be raising a lot of Cajuns. Give me Louisiana.
All right, I like it. Then in the Pop-Tart Bowl, which is kind of fitting for who's playing in this bowl, Iowa State and the Pop-Tarts Miami. I'm definitely going Iowa State here. Because even though the ACC, Screw Miami.
Here's the thing: they missed a glorious opportunity. They should have put Colorado in this game instead. That would have been fun
Why?
to have Colorado versus Miami in the Pop-Tart Bowl.
Okay.
That would have been hilarious.
Right.
With that being said,
Oh,
give me the U.
you're not allowed to do that around
Give
me.
me the U. Give me the U.
Revenge is sweet next season.
Give me the U.
Cannot wait. I'm telling you, I'm gonna be more fired up next year probably for any year I've been around in Florida State history. I'm not kidding.
And there'll be more tears, ladies and
No. Have you seen what we're doing in the portal? We're adding people that actually have stats this year. They actually have done some things in college football. Boggs, the freshman, 300 yards in a Florida State championship game. Not in a Minnesota State championship game, not in a Idaho State championship game, a Florida State championship game. 300 yards, that's legit. That's a legit player coming to Florida State wide receiver.
And where's he coming from?
What do you think?
Where's he coming from?
He's a freshman.
Oh, okay. Oh, incoming freshman.
Right.
I assumed he came from the portal.
Well, he kind of did because I think he's going to UCF until Gus Muslint came to Florida State for the coordinator.
Oh, so he flipped his commit.
Which is fine. That's what I wanted, and that's what Nebraska's doing. A couple of guys, James Williams from Nebraska has flipped to Florida State from Nebraska because we got their defensive coordinator and their defensive line coach. Then we have the Arizona Bowl, Miami, Ohio against Colorado State. Miami, Ohio did not look very good in their championship game, so I'm going Colorado State.
I'm going Colorado State too.
I think the Mountain West is better than the MAC in football by a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Then the Military Bowl, ECU and NC State.
Rivalry game.
As much as I hate to say this, I'm going with State.
I think I could see ECU going up and biting State in the butt. And that would be hilarious.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun one to watch in Annapolis.
Yeah, be fun. I'll take my naps after I eat a lot of food. Anyway, Alamo Bowl. This is the one maybe I'm looking for. Maybe I'll tune into this one. Boys at BYU and Colorado and Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders final college. Well, not so fast, but Shedeur Sanders definitely final college. Okay. You know what Deion said? He said if they don't do a certain thing, don't let him play both sides. Travis is coming back, which I understand.
I don't believe it.
Well, they got money. You think Travis needs it? You know what he said? He hadn't spent none of his money he got from Colorado. He'd give it all back to the other transfers, the other people coming in, which is interesting that he has another year. I don't know if he had another year. I mean, why not come back another year in college?
Try to pull an Archie Griffin? No.
I think he's a little bit. I don't compare him to Archie Griffin. Travis Hunter's a Hall of Famer. He'll be a Hall of Famer in the NFL.
We'll see.
No, we'll see. The man has all the skills. All thing RG3 had was running.
You mean Archie Griffin?
I said RG3.
I wasn't comparing him to RG3.
You said Archie Griffin.
Archie Griffin went to Ohio State.
Pronunciate. This is UNCG. Yeah. Independence Bowl. Louisiana Tech and Army. My favorite team this year outside of Florida State. I'm going to give Army the win after their rough loss in Philadelphia to the Navy.
It was in Landover, Maryland.
Whatever.
Give me Louisiana Tech. Give me the Bulldogs.
The dog. The only dog that's going to win this week. Well,
Lawrence Willard. Fresno State has taken the lead over Northern Illinois, and it's in overtime.
So the transfer portal to me has kicked into high gear. We might have to start seeping that into our discussion going forward. I think
close the December portal.
Talking next week, we'll go over it. We'll probably bring out the stats and standings and see who finished first. Right now, Texas Tech is number one. That's not even hyperbole. 24/7 Sports. That's what I go with. Thank you, 24/7 Sports, for the information of the transfer portal. I got Florida State really doing some work. We got a tight end this week, Randy Griffin or whatever it was. I think he's going to end up. Randy Pittman, sorry, Jr. I think his stats, like we've got Deuce Robinson from USC, 39 catches, 747 yards. That's a 20-yard average. You don't think that'll play? Why are you doing this for? If that was a Tennessee player, you'd be saying absolutely. You said this to a guy who caught 20 yards a catch.
I wasn't paying attention to the transfer portal whatsoever. I had a playoff game to deal with.
Okay, remember this next year. We're gonna work, and then if we go for it, go through this off season, because we're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix y'all. What do y'all want to fix? Y'all want to get to the championship game?
You're gonna be
At least y'all got a shot. We didn't get a shot. They pulled us off.
didn't back it up.
Right. Understand? Wait. Let's go up here. Go back here.
No, I'm just looking to see what.
Don't scroll on down when I'm trying to roll scroll back. It's my show.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Number 11, dog. Where's Tennessee?
I don't think we've done anything in the
Ah! You got me funny.
because we've been getting ready for the playoffs.
Y'all, you really did get ready.
Oh yeah. We have one commit in the portal. But again, it doesn't.
I'm sure your recruiting class is a little better than that.
Yeah.
Because you got the number one quarterback in, right?
Next year.
I keep forgetting that. He's got one more year to Grimsley. That's really, I think he'll reclassify. I would if I were him. You don't want to waste your time. You're wasting your time now. You done everything you can at Grimsley. I would reclassify if possible.
I'm not sure about that. If he can.
It's like the guy, what's his name from Reedsville. I think it's time to end the game. He's going to Oregon. That makes me mad.
Oh.
I can't think of the guy's name, but he played for Reedsville. He played basketball and football for Reedsville.
Okay.
And he committed to Oregon. Why can't Bill needs to go into him going, well, I think he wants to play both sports, and Carolina won't let him, which is kind of
We're
mad.
11th in
The recruiting.
recruiting.
Let's look for 20. See, that's pretty good for being where losing all the people we lost at 20. I'll take 20 all day. Okay. So far.
You're playing third fiddle in your state.
Okay. We had a rough year. Yeah. We got Castellanos coming in.
Oh.
Roll Tide's still up there, but I think that's not indicative of what's happening in Alabama. They're number 2 in recruiting, but they've lost 15 players in the portal. And they have really had I haven't heard them get anybody in return.
They got 3 people today. They got 3 people in the portal.
Today?
As far as I know.
Go back to the transfer standings.
They're 22nd.
See, I think they're hurting. And I told you this, that I feel like they're going to lose some steam overall as a program, and I think it's about to happen.
They got a guy from they got a guy from A&M. They got a guy from Colorado. And they got a guy from.
I don't think the guy from Colorado probably played for Colorado. That's what you got to. That's my new look in the portal. Did these guys play? Did they have any? Like Florida State last year, we've got guys from Alabama and from other places. But did they have any numbers from that place? No, they were like the third string. This year we got number 1 string guys, like we did 2 years ago.
Okay, I'm curious to see who.
The kid from Western Kentucky, I think he had 10 sacks this year.
Just trying.
And also to me, I want to see where you come from. If you played for a bad team and did well in a bad team, that's pretty impressive. Like Cam Ward did for Miami at Washington State, he was awesome on a bad team. That's hard to do. Would you agree?
Oh, I definitely agree.
That's more impressive than being on a great team and doing well to me, right?
Yep.
Because you're the only player.
Oh, in local news, John Jarrett, a Grimsley kid, transferred from Georgia to USC, Southern California.
Why?
He was not playing very much.
Oh, that's why. There's your answer. All right. Moving on to the NFL.
Tank for Travis.
That's the mantra of the Patriots right now.
Absolutely.
Sunday wasn't really that entertaining to me. But, oh my gosh.
Fresno, Northern Illinois won it in double overtime, 28-20.
Woo!
Or no, it says just one overtime. It's not final.
You got me all excited for nothing. I just wasted my energy for that.
Yowie.
Yeah. All right. So last week,
Broncos.
Hey, by the way, I'm gonna do it now. By the way, I am a new Bronco fan. Some of y'all may say, "Why are you joining up in the middle of the year?" Well, I might as well go ahead and get my side.
White Denver.
I like Bo Nix. I like Sean Payton. I watched the game. They lost the game last week, but I am better off with them because I know he won't do nothing dumb. Whereas I thought about going to Detroit and Dan Campbell onside kick with 12 minutes to go cost them me. I know he's hurt by that.
They crushed the Bears.
Understand that. He went off sides with 12 minutes to go. Anyhow. All right, so moving on to this week in NFL and coming up in last week's scores. The Ravens and the Ravens and the Steelers was the type of game we thought it'd be, but I think Russell Wilson kind of pooped the bed, and the Ravens ended up winning.
Oh, he definitely pooped the bed up.
So what that means is they're tied for first place, and whoever wins out wins the division.
I think so.
Yes.
I think they split. Yeah, they split the regular season.
And the Ravens have the tiebreaker.
Yes.
Also on Thursday, on Friday, on Friday, what day? Saturday was the Chiefs and Texans, and once again Pat Mahomes does his Pat Mahomes things and beats the Texans.
Yeah. There was some controversial calls, but it's the Chiefs. Nobody's
controversial calls.
Apparently, they called.
I watched the game. Go ahead.
It was clearly a fumble, but they called roughing the passer.
I remember that. Anyway.
I watched the game. I don't remember that. Most exciting game.
Did you just copy me? Get hot going on me? Most exciting game. What was that? Oh.
Commanders beat the Eagles.
Cost me $10. Screw the Commanders.
More importantly, Christmas came early. In the spirit of our Christmas episode, the Cowboys have been eliminated from the playoffs.
America wins again.
Merry Christmas, America.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals, and a Happy New Year.
And the 49ers missed as well, so Happy New Year.
I'm going to pop your guts for a win. How'd it go?
I don't remember.
What movie was that off of?
It's Home Alone.
Thank God you got that right, because I was going to say, if you didn't get that right, you're not American.
Oh, it's Home Alone 2.
Whatever Home Alone it is, well, for 1 and 2. There's been 6 of them, good God. There's only 2 to count.
Wait, there's 6?
I mean, I'm just being sarcastic like it was for Rocky.
Oh, okay.
We can handle Rocky because he was a part of all of them. And it was pretty good. The last 2 movies have been pretty good, so you can handle that.
You know, Rocky Horror Picture Show is the only Rocky that did not include Sylvester Stallone.
Right, and they probably could have used it. Also,
Panthers won again.
I think Bryce is figuring it out.
Yes.
Next year, they need offensive line. This offseason, they need the offensive line and defense. The receiving core is pretty decent. They got good players around. Maybe another big-time receiver. They could use Travis Hunter. That would be a good play for Travis Hunter to land right here in North Carolina.
Yeah, it won't happen. They're like the 5th or 6th pick right now.
New
England's too.
You know Deion's got his ways.
I don't like that. I think Deion needs to stay out of it. And let
he can be their agent. Why can't he be their agent? Who would you rather have as your agent? Some guy on here or Deion Sanders?
As long as it ain't Scott Boras.
Well, there you go. There's your answer. You answered the question for me already.
I'll be their agent.
Well, I don't think you have the money.
I would like somebody with legal scholarly knowledge.
The Minnesota Vikings beat Seattle,
That's a surprise to nobody.
What?
That's a surprise to nobody.
No, but I'm just saying it's a big game. It's a pretty big game for Sunday. And Seattle's fallen last 2 weeks, but the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions are headed for each other next Sunday night, probably on Sunday Night Football, if they both win this week, which I don't see why they wouldn't. So let's move on to week 17. We're 2 weeks away. Let's do the standings real quick. Pull up the standings. Let's see where we're at as far as the
Chiefs have the 1 seed in the AFC. Buffalo's creeping up. Steelers have got the 3. Houston's got the 4, with the wild cards being Denver, LA Chargers, and Baltimore Ravens.
But because of the Chargers winning, they have the tiebreaker over the Broncos.
Yes.
My feeling is, once again, well, this is tighter than the NFC by a lot.
Is it tighter than a Speedo on a swimmer?
Yeah. When you look at me like that and say that stuff, it kind of makes me like weirded out. Anyway. We got Baltimore. Baltimore to me can still go to the Super Bowl.
Oh
They
yeah.
are a very good team. They've been around before. They just need to win one more game and beat Kansas City. To me, that's their kryptonite. Pat
Oh,
Mahomes. And that's everybody's kryptonite right now. Pat Mahomes.
except Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but he won't get a chance. So,
I think
well,
the Bengals
Cincinnati,
could sneak in.
they are eliminated, my friend.
No, they're not.
You want to bet? $1. There's 2 weeks left.
You see an E next to their name?
Okay. Well, look at this, my dog. Baltimore. I mean, Denver is 9-6. 2 games out. You win the dollar.
It's not over till it's over.
I said you win the dollar.
Oh, thank you.
I'll get you later. I'm absolutely right now. Anyway,
Oh,
all right. Detroit, Philadelphia are probably going to be. Well, no, they're not. Not well. Philadelphia is going to be a top seed, but Detroit still has to beat Minnesota in order to get the other top seed. And then we got the Rams, who are still number one in the West, which I think they're going to pretty much clinch that spot. And the Atlanta Falcons are still number one because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers could not beat the Cowboys in the NFC South.
yes.
And then the wild card spots, Washington is at 9 and 10 and 3, 10 and 5. Tampa Bay is pretty much killed them for playoff. Unless they win the division, obviously. But for a wild card spot, they're not winning that. The wild cards are set in the NFC this year.
You know what's crazy is that not Chicago, Detroit or Minnesota will be 14-3. We'll have to go on the road.
Yeah, on the road.
Wild card.
Right. But the thing the NFL does that everybody else should adapt is that they reseed after the wild card round.
Yes.
Like college football could really benefit from that and have the lowest seed go play Oregon this week, whatever that might be right now. And I can't think of what it could be right now. But nonetheless, it should be like that to me.
Actually,
I think it is. I think it is Ohio State.
I think it is Ohio State.
Yeah. So they got it right. But I'm saying if like Clemson loses, they should if Clemson was to beat Texas, they should be the one playing Oregon, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, instead of
Which I agree that all of them should do that.
oh yeah.
So now moving on to the week of this week coming up. Some of the big games this week on Wednesday night, which is stupid that they're playing.
Christmas Day on Netflix.
Well, that's what I'm going to go with. Making them play on a 5-day playoff again.
Yeah, I soccer has it worse.
And 3 teams out of the 4, all of them, they just kind of flip games. So there's the same teams that played Saturday play on Wednesday, which is dumb, but they just flip games because the Chiefs play the Steelers and the Ravens travel to Houston. First off, in the Chiefs Steelers game, I still think that Pat Mahomes knows how to win, and they need this win so he can rest next week. And I think they get it against Pittsburgh.
No, Pittsburgh gets it done at home.
Double or nothing.
Nah.
And then we have the Houston Texans against the Baltimore Ravens. And because of my buddies Paul and Jim, and also I picked the Ravens to win the Super Bowl this year, I'm still going with the Baltimore
I
Ravens.
think Baltimore will win, double or nothing.
We picked the same team. What the world is going on around here?
Yes, go Steelers.
Well, you got one guy on your side, William.
I have 2.
Who's the other one?
3.
Who's the other one?
Allie and my
Allie, a Steelers fan?
Well, she's her family.
That's why he picked the Steelers, because Allie's you always want the woman to be happy. So even if it means picks the Steelers in a football game.
And my buddy Andy likes the Steelers.
Then my boys, the Denver Broncos, my new favorite team,
Ooh,
travel to Cincinnati
and
to take on the Bengals.
Joe Burr, Joe Cool, Joe Shiesty.
Joe thinks he's got to still have a chance in the playoffs. In order to do that, he's got to beat my boys and Bo Nix. We're going to find out what kind of moxie my team has, but they're still young, and I'm not expecting anything big from them this year. But I'm just kind of here because I feel like this team matches up with my the way I game plan for games too. So I'm going with Mr. Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos on the road in Cincinnati. Rematch for 1985 NFC Championship.
Your buddy's going for Cincinnati as well.
Come on, William.
Let's go. New England's going to lose to LA. No problems there. Give me the Rams over the Cardinals.
Panthers and Buccaneers, another game to me.
Take a nap during.
Well, really, Bryce Young's growth.
Yeah.
This is what this is all about. These next two games is Bryce Young's growth.
Yes. Oh, here's the game you'll take a nap during. Titans, Jaguars.
Yeah. Going for the number one overall, going for your standards.
Tank Bowl. Here's another Tank Bowl. Indy versus New York.
Well, you get late in the year, and some teams. I think
Indianapolis
still don't they still have a chance in the playoffs? Barely, if they do.
Yes.
Detroit Lions travel to San Francisco in probably a huge game for Detroit as they get ready to play Minnesota in the final week of the regular season.
Just lost our spot.
You never had one. Oh man, God.
Oh, no. I think the Lions will win this handily.
I mean, they should, but they're not. Are they going to be focused?
What the NFL needs to do
is change this and bring Green Bay. Yeah, bring Green Bay and Minnesota to Sunday Night Football. Yes. And that is the game of the week to me. Does Green Bay still have a shot?
I think not at the division. I don't think.
Go ahead.
But no, I think they will beat Minnesota in Minnesota.
You think they'll beat Minnesota?
Absolutely.
Well, there are two games. Nope, I can't decide because the Green Bay plays tonight. They got to win tonight to stay in line for the playoff for the division title. But
tonight they're out of the divisional.
I want to see Minnesota win, so that game next week will be tied for the championship.
No. Okay. No.
How many times are you gonna say no?
No. 9. No.
You okay over here?
Wisconsin versus Minnesota sports. Never pick Minnesota.
Okay, well, screw Wisconsin.
Okay, Karen.
All right, Saturday afternoon in college basketball, the North Carolina Tar Heels beat UCLA. Last week in Charlotte, they lost to Florida. They looked. How am I gonna put this without sounding negative?
UNC still plays basketball?
Of course. We got 7. And how many y'all got?
We're the number one team in the land. Where are you ranked?
I looked in your bank. I looked in your banner. I looked up in your banners, and they're very empty.
We have 8.
You ain't got nothing.
We have 8 women's basketball.
He's women's basketball. Screw women's basketball. Oh, yeah. Okay, so my opinion on North Carolina right now is I think the game win against UCLA was very good. It was big for the going forward, but you can't fall down in the first half, 13 points, and it's happened 12 times. Well, I don't count the meaningless games. So it's happened 12 times in 12 games. We've fallen behind in the first half and played bad. How does Carolina change that? Somebody today said they can't sit down Cadeau because he's the coach on the court. Well, if he's the coach on the court, shouldn't he know where his players are and not throw to players that are not open and dribble between 3 people and try to split a defense and turn the ball over?
I was cleaning house while that game was on.
Right, I'm asking you a question.
I don't know.
You never played point guard before? That's probably true. Anyway.
Do I look like somebody who plays basketball regularly? Or do I look like
you're Basketball Jones?
Not as bad as Nick Saban's outfit. You see that?
What's that got to do with basketball?
I thought we were naming people named Jones because he looked like Indiana Jones.
Me?
No, Nick Saban.
Oh, they say like Indiana Jones? Okay. Thank God you let me know that. So this week, the only thing Carolina got to do is play Campbell. Tell me about Duke. Dead air. I asked you about Duke, and you're just looking for a picture of Nick Saban, and nobody else can see but me. They can't see this.
What make am I wrong? Doesn't he look like Indiana Jones with that hat on? Now to Duke. Well, first.
That's all you want to talk about, Duke.
Well, first, the number one team in the land.
Yes, they got Middle Tennessee State this week. Whoop-de-doo.
Feel good.
I hope you do to play Middle Tennessee State.
Duke plays on Tuesday versus Virginia Tech next week. I don't think we actually have a game this week.
That would be no. You see it on the schedule?
There's a big fat no. Duke doesn't even play.
When's your alarm go off today?
I didn't set one today.
Well, you should have.
I didn't have enough of that over there. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a coffee pot over there.
No one can see the coffee pot.
You can bring it over here.
Okay. Let's bring it over here so we have a visual of what he's talking about.
I didn't have enough of this today.
Well, I can tell.
It explains a lot. Or
I don't-
too much.
I don't believe we're going to have much college basketball this week because of Christmas time. But next week, that ramps up because the conference schedule starts. That's when Carolina's got to get it going. Conference play. Do we want to make the NCAA tournament? How many games does Carolina need to make the NCAA tournament? I think they have to win at least 13 in the ACC.
Oh, in the ACC? Oh, so I was going to say, whoa.
I'm not talking about the one we already have. I'm talking about 13 more. 14-6 just to get into the NCAA tournament.
Okay, I was just making sure. Wagner beat PSU CS.
Why are we mentioning this?
120-30.
Thanks. Meaningless information.
You're welcome, America.
That looks like, I guess that's the. I know you got me thinking about who that is. Looks like Nittany Lion, like their second team, or JV team. It probably is their JV team.
Probably some kind of team.
So why are we mentioning it?
Well, I was just pointing out the score. The 120-30.
Thank you. So, anything else to bring up today?
Looking at some other college basketball while we're on before we get.
I just said there probably isn't much basketball this week because of
I'm
Christmas.
just looking real quick.
You see these are here?
Ole Miss plays Memphis on the 28th.
Are you excited about that game?
No, but it's a 2-ranked team.
Oh, you just mentioned. So what does the rank gonna matter? You just told me about a team, two teams that no one even thinks of.
I mean, Ole Miss and Memphis are rivals.
Screw Ole Miss.
It was you asked what college basketball there was.
I'm telling you.
Oh, the Aggie Eagle Classic is also on the 28th as A&T plays North Carolina Central.
Aggie Pride.
UNCG plays University of Virginia Lynchburg
On Saturday.
on the 28th. Oh, Gonzaga plays UCLA.
That is an interesting game. See how UCLA bounces back from the Carolina loss, but Gonzaga also lost recently to Kentucky. So they're both coming off of big losses. Gonzaga's not too worried. They got to go to the West Coast Conference. That'll be, 20 games in a row for them?
Probably.
To go into the NCAA tournament?
Mount Marty plays Omaha. Oh, I'm just throwing that out there for other giggles.
You definitely got to go over here.
Let's see. Northeastern plays Northwestern.
Okay. I think pretty soon we're going to need to start a top 5 in the basketball.
We will after the new year.
That's right. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Oh, Kennesaw State plays Brewerton Parker.
Okay. Here we go again. The end of the show. Rambling on.
Oh, am I rambling, ladies and gentlemen? I am so sorry.
Yes. So coming up real soon in the new year, maybe this week or next week, I believe we have a new podcast we're going to bring up.
Yes.
Crimson Mass with me and Doug Miller, and I think it's going to be very interesting to see our knowledge of professional wrestling. If you think it's going to be about today's wrestling, you're mistaken. It's nostalgia all the way, because that's the only stuff I worry about anymore. I hate to say it, but today's wrestling is pretty good. WWE is really good, but I believe the old wrestling is what's going to bring people to watch us.
Yes.
Are you excited?
Sure.
Got him!
I said sure.
I know, you didn't say what about.
What are we talking about?
Professional wrestling and a new podcast. You're going to be on it. You're going to be the mediator.
Oh, media. Oh, I'm on the show. Great.
We're thinking about it. We got a lot of some guests lined up from the area of independent wrestling, like Brian Myers, who used to be a referee, just retired recently. And I think you might know him if you saw him. Anyway. Also, I want to say thank you for all your prayers for my pastor. He is doing very good.
Excellent.
He actually.
Let's get a fantastic.
Yeah, he actually. I know. Never mind. You're all choked up over here. But anyway,
Seriously,
I want to say,
here.
yeah, and also He's doing very good. Actually, they say he's healing better than they thought. He's 77 and healing. I mean, like really good. So I didn't expect that. I don't think anybody else did, and I think he'll be back in the pulpit very soon, which is bad news to the devil.
Absolutely. But that's great to hear. And we wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a very happy holiday season and a very happy
What are you
New
looking
Year.
forward to for Christmas?
Spend time with family.
And your woman. You better say that.
Yes.
You better say your woman.
Absolutely. What is your Christmas plans?
I'm going to spend time with my family. It's the main thing. And also, remember, Jesus Christ is number one.
Was in his nativity.
Say what?
In his nativity.
Yeah.
His birth.
Right, the birth. Right, Jesus Christ is number one.
Absolutely, yes. But we also so thankful for y'all in this, and we wish everybody a wonderful new year, many years, happy and healthy. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe to us here on YouTube.
They will see us again before the new year. We have another show.
Oh, we do? I can't. It's that time of the year when you don't know what day is what anymore.
This has been one of them shows. I'm telling you guys, we have not had any eggnog today. I promise. I'll never have any eggnog. He may. I don't know.
Oh, I don't like eggnog. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight on episode 19, the Christmas episode. But next week, Happy New Year!
Yes.
For the 20th episode of Chop on the Top.
Yeah! And we will see you in a week.
Merry Christmas.
Go Vols.
Go Tar Heels.